Why you might cry during sex. For many people, sex is a very emotional act. When having sex, you might find that you experience many emotions, from pleasure to joy. Some people might even become so overwhelmed by feelings that they start crying. You are dealing with unresolved trauma. If you've been sexually or emotionally abused in the past, this could cause trauma. Having lived through sexual trauma can make having and enjoying sex after the incident complicated, especially if you have yet to heal from your trauma. It is encouraged to tend to your unresolved trauma by attending therapy or support groups, and to consider a partner who can support your healing through compassionate, understanding, and respectful emotional and sexual connection. You are fully present. You might cry during sex when you feel you are completely present and in the moment. Sometimes, being in the moment creates space for other feelings to arise, especially feelings we may have avoided, numbed, or repressed. Sex can trigger the release of all kinds of emotions. You are in unwanted pain. Sex should never be painful in an undesired, uncomfortable way. If you experience unwanted pain and discomfort during sex, you may begin to cry. To address this, inform your partner immediately that you are in pain and either stop completely or slow things down significantly, only proceeding with consent, care, and clear communication. Pain during sex, also known as dyspareunia, may be the result of an infection, an injury, or because there's a lack of lubrication. You are sad or depressed. If you've been struggling with feelings of sadness or depression, these emotions don't go away during sex, even though sex is meant to be a pleasurable activity. If you are sad or depressed, you might find yourself suddenly crying during random moments in your day, and this could include sex. You are happy. Believe it or not, you might cry during sex simply because you are overwhelmingly happy. This might be because you are having sex with a partner you love deeply or really enjoy sex with your partner. So, don't hold back and let the tears flow if you find yourself crying because you are so ecstatic. You are ashamed of having sex. Many people struggle with reservations about sex. This occurs mainly when it's outside of marriage or a committed partnership. Some people even view sex as a dirty act. If you are a person who thinks of sex as a shameful act, it's important to unlearn these sentiments to have and enjoy sex comfortably. You've just had an orgasm. Some people find that every time they orgasm, they cry a little. Orgasming is an intense bodily reaction to pleasure when having sex. In a 2017 study, researchers found that people experience a wide range of emotions, from crying to sneezing to having panic attacks after orgasming. It's known as a peri-orgasmic phenomenon and is rare. You feel overwhelmed. If work, life, or any other personal issues overwhelm you, this could affect you during sex. When having sex, your body is steadily releasing a cocktail of hormones. If you combine the surge of hormones with stress or anxiety, you might cry. Some people also have a condition called sexual performance anxiety that could cause them to cry during sex. Research shows that the disorder affects 9% to 25% of men and 6% to 16% of women. You have postcoital dysphoria. Postcoital dysphoria is a condition that causes intense feelings of sadness in women after having sex. In a 2015 study, researchers found that about 46% of participants had experienced postcoital dysphoria at least once in their lives. If you have this condition, you might suddenly cry after having sex or during sex, even if you enjoyed it. In some cases, you might even get into a fight with your partner for no apparent reason during sex. You are unhappy with your partner. Crying could be a sign of issues in your relationship. If you've been going through emotional issues with your partner or harboring thoughts of splitting up, it can all come to a head during sex. If this is the case, it's important to discuss this with your partner so you can both work on either repairing the relationship or going your separate ways. You're experiencing hormonal changes. Hormones released during sex, like oxytocin and dopamine, produce feelings of relaxation and happiness. However, you might react to the rush of these hormonal changes along with the physical and emotional intensity of sex by tearing up or crying. If you are experiencing other conditions like premenstrual syndrome, pregnancy, menopause, or if you are undergoing fertility treatment, your body is going through hormonal changes that may cause you to cry during sex as well.